The storm had rolled over the mountains like a wounded giant, dragging sheets of rain across the jagged peaks and drowning the narrow road in a sheen of silver. The sky was a restless mix of black clouds and glimmers of dying daylight, a storm-drenched horizon trembling with thunder. Through the dense curtain of water, the unmistakable figure of a bright orange Hummer H2 emerged like a beast forged from fire and steel, refusing to bow to the fury of the heavens. Its front end cut through the mist with fierce precision. The 7-slot grille glistened, illuminated by the soft glow of circular LED headlights that sliced the darkness apart. Rainwater dripped over the sharp contours of the hood-mounted air scoop, gathering into streams before sliding off the edges of the rugged bumper. The tires were colossal, a mountain of rubber gripping the slick asphalt beneath them. Each rotation sent ripples through puddles and spattered water across the rugged fender flares. The storm roared on, but the machine responded with silence and power, a presence that said survival was not an option but a promise. Inside the cabin, warm orange ambient light glowed under the dashboard, glittering against the brushed metal surfaces and soft-touch leather. The seats, wrapped in deep black leather stitched with bold orange thread, seemed like thrones prepared for warriors on a midnight expedition. The windshield vibrated with the drumming of rain. The air smelled of leather, steel, and just a hint of ozone sneaking in through the vents as the storm intensified. The driver, Ayaan Malik, gripped the leather-wrapped steering wheel. His eyes reflected the storm clouds outside, calm but carrying storms of their own. He had been driving for hours, maneuvering through treacherous mountain trails, taking curves at angles only possible with a vehicle built for survival. Somewhere deep in these mountains, hidden behind layers of storm and stone, lay the truth he had been chasing for months. And now, with each mile he conquered, the truth waited closer, shifting like a shadow between thunderclaps. The right side of the Hummer spoke of strength. Wide fender flares shielded the beast from the water and gravel flung upward during the climb. The tinted windows reflected the sky, dark clouds forming mirrored storms across the glass. The orange body carried rain in shimmering layers, droplets sliding down the panels, leaving trails of silver streaks. The side steps, matte black and sturdy, glistened beneath the rain, glowing faintly under the Hummer's ambient lighting. Ayaan's radio crackled. "You're close," came the voice of Commander Zara Khan, head of the Emergency Response Division. Her tone carried urgency layered beneath authority. "The landslide blocked 3 major routes. You're the only one with a vehicle that can reach the northern outpost. The team is trapped. You need to get them out before the next rockfall." Ayaan accelerated slightly, the V8 engine rumbling through the cabin, as if answering the challenge with a metallic growl. He checked the GPS screen on the central touchscreen. The storm made the signal weak, but the route glowed faintly, a thin blue thread guiding him deeper into the chaotic mountains. The engine bay housed a monstrous heart. Under the hood, the polished metallic components hummed with controlled fury. Thick black intake pipes vibrated subtly with power, orange valve covers pulsed with heat, and the reinforced steel brackets held the entire mechanical arrangement like the ribs of a titan. The Hummer wasn't just a vehicle tonight, it was a guardian forged for impossible missions. Thunder rumbled, lightning ripped the sky open. Ayaan tightened his grip and continued climbing. The mountain road narrowed, the landscape twisted, into a maze of cliffs and towering pine trees bending under the storm's force. Sheets of mist rolled across the asphalt, making visibility dangerous. But the LED roof lights sliced through the white fog like blades. Suddenly, debris scattered in the middle of the road, broken branches, loose rocks tumbling from the cliffs, the storm throwing obstacles in his path. Ayaan downshifted, guiding the massive Hummer over the debris with calculated control. The suspension flexed, absorbing every bump with confidence. The sound of rocks hitting the undercarriage echoed like muted bullets, but the machine marched on without hesitation. The upper view of the Hummer showcased its dominance. The roof-mounted LED bar glowed against the storm, droplets rolling across the rugged rails. The black air scoop on the hood gleamed as lightning flashed. From above, it looked like a torch moving through a world swallowed by darkness. A crackle came through the radio again. Zara's voice was sharper now. "Ayaan, we've detected movement. The mountain is shifting faster than predicted. You need to reach them now. They won't survive another hour." Ayaan pressed the accelerator. The engine roared, the tires gripped, the world blurred. The Hummer surged forward with unstoppable momentum. Minutes turned into miles. Rain poured harder, washing over the vehicle's body, transforming its bright orange surface into a glowing ember in the storm. The path grew narrower. As Ayaan rounded a sharp corner, The headlights illuminated the collapsed remains of a guardrail, half bent and dangling off the cliff edge. Then he heard it, a distant cry for help. He slammed the brakes. The Hummer skidded slightly but held its ground. Ayaan grabbed a flashlight from the dashboard and opened the door. Cold wind blasted into the cabin, rain lashing against his face like tiny shards. He stepped out, boots splashing into puddles. Down the rocky slope, he spotted figures, 5 people, huddled together beneath a fractured metal structure. The northern outpost, destroyed by the storm, its roof had collapsed, and the team was trapped in the remains. Ayaan rushed back inside the Hummer. He shifted into low gear. He turned the wheel sharply. He drove the massive machine directly toward the cliff. But he wasn't falling, he was climbing. The Hummer, designed for the impossible, crawled up the angled slope, its tires gripping the loose gravel like claws. Rain poured off the hood in waterfalls. The engine growled as the vehicle scaled the incline, inch by inch, closer to the trapped team. The survivors stared in disbelief as the bright orange giant emerged through the smoke and rain. Ayaan rolled down his window. "Hang on, I'm getting you all out." He maneuvered the Hummer beside them, parking on a dangerously narrow ledge. The back side of the vehicle glowed as the tail lights pierced the mist with deep red beams. The tailgate opened with a metallic thud. Inside, the spacious rear area was illuminated with emergency lighting, creating a safe haven amidst chaos. One by one, the survivors climbed into the Hummer. Their clothes were soaked, faces pale with fear, eyes wide with relief. "Is this thing even going to make it down the mountain?" asked one of them, his voice trembling. Ayaan looked at him with calm certainty. "She always makes it." He closed the tailgate. He shifted into gear. He began the descent. The storm grew worse. Rocks tumbled down the cliffs, smashing into the road. The Hummer swerved with precision, dodging debris. Lightning illuminated the mountains in ghostly flashes. The survivors held onto the seats, their breathing heavy. Inside the cabin, the environment felt sacred. The soft glow from the orange LED strips washed over their faces, contrasting sharply with the chaos outside. The large central touchscreen displayed a topographic map dancing with warning indicators. The carbon fiber accents on the dashboard sparkled under intermittent flashes of lightning. A sudden tremor shook the mountain. The ground cracked. A massive boulder rolled onto the road ahead. Ayaan didn't slow down. He turned sharply, guiding the Hummer toward an off-road incline. The tires hit the dirt. Mud splashed. The suspension absorbed the impact. The vehicle climbed the hillside, bypassing the blockade. Behind them, the road collapsed entirely. Gasps filled the cabin, but Ayaan kept going. Every part of the Hummer worked in perfect harmony. The roaring engine, the gripping tires, the reinforced suspension, the aerodynamic design slicing through wind and rain. It was a symphony of engineering and courage. Finally, after miles of battling nature's wrath, the storm began to weaken. The sky brightened slightly. The rain eased into gentle drops. At the base of the mountain, the rescue command unit awaited. Zara Khan rushed toward the vehicle as it rolled to a stop, steam rising from the warm engine meeting the cool mountain air. "You did it," she breathed. Ayaan opened the door, exhaustion visible on his face. "They're safe," he replied quietly. Zara looked at the glowing orange machine behind him. "That Hummer, it shouldn't even be running after what it just went through." Ayaan smiled faintly. "She's built to survive." The back doors opened, and the survivors stepped out, trembling but alive. Medics rushed in, guiding them toward the emergency tents. Ayaan leaned against the side of the Hummer. The storm clouds began to drift apart, revealing slivers of moonlight. The orange body of the machine glowed softly, rainwater dripping down its rugged frame. He placed a hand on the hood. "Thank you," he whispered. The engine clicked quietly as it cooled. Hours passed. The storm faded completely. Ayaan sat inside the cabin once more, hands on the steering wheel, the cabin lights casting their warm glow across the leather seats and metallic controls. He looked up toward the mountains. The mission was over, but tomorrow, another storm would rise. And with this machine at his side, he would be ready. The world outside the windshield was calm now, but the Hummer remained a silent beast, a guardian forged in thunder. Every dent, every drop of rain, every scratch told a story of survival. Ayaan turned the ignition. The V8 roared back to life, powerful and unwavering. He drove away from the base, the headlights illuminating the quiet road ahead, leaving behind a trail of shimmering reflections on the wet pavement. The storm had tried to bury him, but he had risen above it, and as long as mountains existed, as long as storms roared, as long as people needed saving, The orange Hummer H2 would be there. Fearless, unbreakable, unstoppable.